Hi, my name is Harry, and this is MineOperator, and we're in Alaska. I can't wait to show you what we're gonna see in the next couple days. Slusher, Chad, Ron, Hollywood, that one's for you. Had to put our mark on the table before we cleaned it off. Nice. Oh yeah, look at that.
You don't see jack.
Yeah.
And you clean it and you go, yeah. So then you cut it and ta-da!
Yeah, and it's
you
staring
go,
at you.
huh, well, that's kind of cool.
Just for the vein mineralogy, but then you add in faulting, offset faults, and pinching and swelling, and I mean, these old timers were, and they were blind. Every round was a new adventure, so they didn't know what they were going to get into or how they were going to work it, and so they just followed it along, and when it was good, they stoped it, and when it wasn't, they kept going, hoping it would develop into something, and when the money ran out or the war came or whatever, they stopped.
This one's for you, Jeff. Come on, Sonny Jim.
Those sulfides.
It's in the sulfides, but I think it is.
Oops. That one's wrong.
Here, you got better eyes than me.
There might be a piece right there.
Yeah, this probably has some. But you asked where's the closest vein I could show you. This is
like
This
40 feet from the bunkhouse.
yeah.
Put it in the bucket.
Yep. And so this thing is striking this way. And dipping down.
You know, it's kind of it's like laying in here like this. So see that right there, the top.
Yeah. Okay.
I followed that down like this way 10 feet.
Okay.
So I could see it heading up, and then you can see where it faults a little bit.
Okay.
And then where between the tracks and there, it's like, I think it might have ended up and eroded.
So it's kind of going this way.
Right. And it had hydropower running an old mill right there.
Cool.
There you can see the pipe taper down right there, like a Venturi. What you got there?
Oh, we're looking for VG, and saying it's in the darker blue stuff, which this is not. But I'm looking at these little oxidation pockets. Some of this stuff looks good. Could be 2.5 ounces a ton.
Visual gold, VG,
VG.
for those that don't know. And it's even beautiful up here when the fog socked in.
And there's a bunch of outcrops and veins that we saw that they portaled in on, but they mined all the way through and came out over here and over here.
Right.
And they went all the way through the mountain.
Yeah, sorta. This was brought all the way through in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Like they poked through.
This is one heck of a porthole you got.
A lot of water. Making a lot of water.
This is like the start of a 1.5 mile tunnel that comes out on the other side.
And what's the name of this one again? What do you call it?
How thick that is.
So I'm going to show you guys pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Now, just so you know, I had that open, and there's some ore in there, so I literally cleaned the top and put it back and made a ramp down. So I got good timber, 20 feet on the other side. I just have a 26 feet missing.
I see. And that's what all this is.
Yeah. Walking in and out. So now I'm just trying to get it good. Get it nice and good. But it's very wet because it's raining like a foot in there for a week.
Yeah, I see the I-beams in there, and
Yeah. You can access it now from the top down, right down, or above the snow or something.
There's some,
wow.
but there's also, I need to mine it back over and move a little bit of rock or two down over there. This thing has, you can see the steel in there. I had nothing but every flip of set, I was trying to rip out the steel.
Wow.
And so, then I'd like, come on, that's it. So, anyways. Yeah. This is crazy. That's how much water I really think. Yeah, so last summer.
Oh.
Man, you did a lot of work up there.
Yeah, last summer. Oh darn, you can't see it very well, but there's a vein right here.
I can
you
see
that color?
Yeah.
You can see the quartz right there. It's a little dirty, but it's laying in like this and on both sides. And it's maybe, I don't know, 20 feet across.
They intersected it and drifted on all the way back.
Yeah, and that's why this whole thing fell down, is because right from the get-go it was in vein. And so,
All rotten.
right. So what I did is I cleaned it up
Okay.
under
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I
That's where I was looking.
Yeah, you were right there.
Okay.
I have a culvert right there.
Uh-huh.
And I can crawl in there right now and go in. But we won't. There's still a lot of snow under there. And so it looks like a lot of rock, but it's mostly snow.
Okay.
And it is dangerous as hell. So I need to get in, get it buried, and have a whole new system.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, it's the entrance to a huge mine.
Yes.
We got our first little show and tell. What you got?
Yeah, we're just looking through this pile here. This is some ore that was kind of mixed up with a bunch of waste, but it's been rained on and it's all shined up. He's found some pretty good flakes in this stuff, so we're just combing through it and seeing what we can find. Trying to find a good piece to show you. Like, here's a piece with some sulfides there. He was saying that in these little kind of darker gray pockets is where the gold hangs out. So we'll see what we can find.
This is definitely cool.
And I was like, well, that's pretty damn nice looking.
So all this gold came from
That's
your
old.
son watching
Yeah.
my YouTube videos. and he taught himself how to do it.
Yeah.
That puts a smile on Jason's face.
That's rad.
Well,
That
it
is
should.
really cool.
Like, it should make you happy because, like, he just loves it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Some of it's pretty, like, you can tell he used kind of a lot of copper and those
yeah,
ones.
for collectors.
Why isn't he using silver instead of copper?
I don't know.
Or bismuth.
Well, probably because
He hasn't gotten to those videos
he hasn't
yet.
got to
No,
that.
he doesn't get that far.
So how many ounces are here? Like, is this 10 ounces?
So I got 20, like this needs to be, but
Is that gold?
yeah, but it's kind of, it needs to be like
Needs to be
this.
smelted.
Yeah, this is the stuff that's doesn't even look very good. It's like
You
gold
can
in
see
there,
it though.
Oh yeah, you
but
can
it's
see
all
it good.
it's all heavy sulfide.
Let me
gold.
shine a light in there real quick.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll...
but we should probably make this into a button. Anyways, there's 24 ounces.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
There's 24
Oh, yeah.
ounces, 24 ounces here. And my buddy that takes care of stuff, he's like, minimum 25 ounces.
Uh-huh,
I need
so
one more
you're-
ounce.
You need one more ounce.
The guy I sell to,
But
he'll
he'll-
take any quantity, you
Oh,
know.
he'll take this crap.
We'll get
And-
it tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll take this and run it. But yeah, Josh did all this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really neat. But normally you sell your guy this stuff?
Yeah,
Is that like the Black Fan Con?
except that he's gotten to where he's like, can you do that to it?
Uh-huh. Can you make it better for me?
Yeah. Because, like I said, he had a bunch of this stuff and didn't do too well with it.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
he
So
gave it back to me, and then Josh turned it into this, and I'm like, well,
It's just
that's rad. We'll see if we can do some of that tomorrow. Josh.
yeah. Let's see, we got 23.6 ounces.
23.6 ounces.
20 ounces. Need 25. I need 1.4
So,
more ounces.
you got-
And then I could take it in and sell it.
Yeah. So you got 2 pounds of gold there.
Yeah.
Cool. That is cool.
Yeah, anyways, my saw is right up there, and you just push the button and it comes on. You can make, you got a good blade on it. You can cut really small slices. You know, you don't see jack.
Yeah.
And you clean it and you go, yeah. So then you cut it and, you know, ta-da!
Yeah, and it's
And you go,
staring at you.
huh, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot of specs in there. And I'm pretty sure, like, if we cut this again, we'll see the same thing. Because see how this is kind of like a darker color? You know, it's not as white as, like, there's like this white bands.
Yeah.
Where you get the coarser gold.
Okay.
And so those are the ones we'll grab super sack full and then start cutting.
Yeah, cool.
But that's the specimens.
All right, on this adventure, I promised you we're gonna go see a bunch of cool stuff in this video, and we're being taken to a place called the Zero. And I got Josh here, and I got Jason, and we're in beautiful Alaska, and this is the best weather. I love it. That is really cool.
It's been eroded away, and now the miners have come in, and as that magnet came up, it brought with it a bunch of fluid that brought the gold and the other.
This is the porthole entrance. They got a nice little cover over it for rockfall snow. You got a really nice concrete sill to walk on. Nice old track, concrete. This is by far the coolest porthole I think I've ever been in. I can't wait to get inside of this thing.
This was done in the 20s or 30s?
So this mine shaft was actually done not that long ago. Probably started in like the 80s.
Oh, is this something your dad did?
This is, this is the shaft that my grandpa, my dad, and a few friends drove. But it connects to a raise that the miners from the 30s drove to vent out the mine.
Oh, I see. So your dad and grandpa did this to connect with the old workings.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is all driven through waste. There's no ore in here. It's just the access.
Just across that, yep. But they did hit a vein right here. This is the first thing that they did.
Oh, nice. So talk a little bit about this. And what, this is very typical for the district, huh?
Yep, this side is about an average. It's not a very big vein district, but it sure is rich in some spots. Unfortunately, this vein didn't end up running very good, so they decided, well, this might have been just another stringer that we just made our way through. So we're just gonna keep driving to maybe find that other vein that they missed.
Was this a blind vein that they didn't know was here and they just stumbled across it driving this drift?
Yeah, so yeah, the map actually ended up, the vein was hitting a little bit farther deeper in the mine, which there is a vein that they hit further deeper in the mine.
Okay.
But this is not the main one that they were going for. But they obviously drifted in both directions on it.
Did a little development on it and checked this out. Yeah. So this was a happy surprise on their way in.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So this is the other side of that little vein we were just talking about, and they did a little bit of work, and they went up top and they kind of try to chase it up there for frame of reference. You know, we were just standing right there. We're gonna keep going. I'll turn this back on
Yeah, let's keep going through
when we get another junction here.
All right.
It was like one big, blast instead of like simultaneous little ones.
That's cool. So they went this way. There's a lot of rain the last couple of days, so it's just pouring out of this crack here. And these guys they got a mucker here, a mucking machine, pneumatic. Rad. This thing is slick.
Yeah, but we had a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You call that spicy.
Short delays. Right.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we wanted to go down and go to the old workings. Let me do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
This is a nice timber set. Yeah, the spreader. They did gussets instead of a spreader.
We're east.
We're east of them.
Northeast.
And so who developed this raise or winds? Is that your grandpa or your dad?
So yeah, the old timers, they ran a raise up here to vent some of their fumes out.
Oh, I see. This goes all the way to the surface.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, I get it.
That's what he was talking about, where they intercepted it so they
Yeah.
could get in.
So this was done in the 30s.
Yes.
And you guys just drifted in to intercept this to get access.
Yeah, just to get access to the lower parts of it.
Oh, I get it. And how far down does this go? 130 steps or something.
130 steps. Yeah.
So 130 feet, roughly.
About, yeah.
Dang. All right. Well, let's climb down.
Yeah, so
Hey, you wanna
Check
do
in
it
at the
all
bottom.
together? Or you want to go one at a time?
This is that raise we just came through. And 130 feet, and then 200 to the surface.
Did they run vent bag down here, or was it just natural ventilation? It helped vent.
I can feel it a little bit.
yeah.
It's very slight.
We're under the valley floor now, so they couldn't access the surface going that way.
Right.
Yeah, so they had to come up and go through the hard route.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, where to next?
Let's go this way. This way is probably full of water for this kind of ends, you know.
Okay.
This way. So this is the original workings before my great grandfather.
Your great grandfather, yeah.
Before he was in the district.
So this was done in the 20s,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yes.
And this, we're not on vein now?
No.
Okay, this is just a little bit of development work.
A little bit of rock fall here. There you go.
This was a raise my great grandfather drove up to get water to flow down through his 200 level, and also to because they follow a vein going up this raise.
Okay.
And to send rock down.
Look at Grizzly right there.
Yeah.
Put this raise down. On vein.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
And does this go up to the surface?
No. So that just follows the vein up.
Just follows the vein up?
Yeah. You can see a little bit right over there on the right.
Yeah, right there.
Yep. But very rich.
It's narrow but rich.
Narrow but very rich. Yeah.
How rich are we talking? Multi-ounce.
Multi-ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dozens of ounces?
In spot.
In spot.
But yeah, very rich but thin.
Very rich but thin. Cool. And this, on this level, the 100 level, they did do some scoping in the 20s.
Yes. This scoping could be, I'm not sure, but this could be old scope. I think he drove, my great grandfather drove the raise from the 200 level up to this.
Oh, I see. You came up from the bottom
Yeah.
all the way to intersect. Okay, cool.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Right on the slip wall.
Is there a spot either here or maybe down to 200, or we just do like a really nice main face?
7/31/35, 1935. SW, WB.
So here's another little raise connecting the 100 to the 200. Your grandfather, great-grandfather, worked connecting the levels. And so on the 100 level, which we're on, this is where the good continuous vein was.
Yes.
That they did a lot of nice continuous stoping and produced like 10,000 ounces or something, right?
Yeah.
And then your great-grandfather came in and was like, well, let's go down dip, and we'll find more of this awesome vein, but it was all cut up and faulted and screwed up.
Yeah, it was hard to follow. Yep.
So we'll get down to the 200 level
Yeah.
and check that out.
Yep.
Awesome.
We'll go down to 200.
Cool.
We're not as adventurous as some, but we're going to go down to another area of the mine.
We could do that.
And this is all backfilled stope.
It just looks like this.
Here's the manway,
More of this.
and here's another chute.
I got what I need.
We already passed one, but I'll show you the next one on the way out. And then this vein, where'd it go? Yeah, here's the vein. Right here, they're chasing.
That's like exactly what I wanted. That was a perfect guy.
Here's a full chute.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. Yeah, this is rough. Yeah, this is it. So I just walked right by it.
All right, they've gone down this raise. Once they get to the bottom, I'll head down and meet them. There's a little the airline here that they tied into. And those will be a rope assist. All right, it's Harry's turn. I'm going down the raise on the line. That's where I'm going. Pick up my second line here. Old timbers are still in really good shape. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this away and I'll get you at the bottom. All right, made it down the raise, and this is the 200-foot level, and we're going to one of the stopes where they work. And this is the ore that they took down to the mill. There's a mill down at the bottom of these workings, and they were running that, and then
the bell for the skips and stuff. So
Yeah, Brad.
that would be pretty good for this too.
Because we're here today, tomorrow, and most of the day on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we've got lots of time.
when did he stop working this?
1942.
1942. Yeah. So the war shut him down.
Yes.
I got you.
Here's a good area to check out some of the vein.
Oh yeah, Harry, check this out.
All right, your camera's coming on. All right. And they came across this, 1.5 foot wide vein, and you were saying it's running what, about an ounce and a half?
Yep.
1.4?
Yep.
And they really like this stuff because they were saying that the vein could be 3 foot wide and you'd still be running about the same grade, so when it pinches down, you'd run that in the mill, be less material, wear and tear on the mill. And Jason found something he likes.
Oh, I just can't keep my hands off this quartz. I really, so in my vein back home, we should get this on my camera too, but go ahead, Harry, I'll get it on yours as well. But in my vein back home, when you start seeing these bands of sulfides like this, I get really excited because that's where you get a lot of mineralization. And in my vein, that's where a lot of the good gold would hang out, is in these bands.
Yeah, we found some rocks like that on the surface, another location that was kind of similar to that, and we were seeing visible gold. We're on another spot here where his great-grandfather's working, and there's some graffiti here that says, "Good luck, Muck." And there's a chute right here.
If you guys feel comfortable going over.
I'm fine with it.
They were stoping up here. We're gonna go crawl through this a little bit.
Mind your head, Harry, don't hit that.
Yeah,
too
don't
hard.
touch nothing.
There's a couple of cracks there.
Nobody touch nothing.
Here's might be the kind of the dangerous rock here. So
Oh yeah,
I think this is fault area.
okay.
Just because of the
Watch
Clever
the left
leap.
rib, Harry.
Roger, left rib.
Yeah, just tiptoe through here.
Oh yeah, I see that slab.
yeah, you can kind of see the coloring of it.
Yeah.
Go on top here.
Yeah, it looks like there might be vein down here, maybe.
I mean, isn't it crazy how it could like be that big and then like shrink down to like something not.
Yeah.
It's like just that fast.
It just pinches and swells like crazy.
Yeah.
Ken, there's Ken. Ken's been in here.
Oh yeah.
A little unstable.
You guys cool with coming over here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thanks. Just keep an eye on the back and life will be good.
Yeah, Harry. If anything gives you the willies, let us know. Or if anybody gives anybody the willies, let us know.
Yeah. You know what that is?
I think it's just fault gouge. Oh, like the crystals?
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
Some kind of a calcium or something?
Yeah.
Some kind of salt?
Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah, you can see the crystals. See the crystals growing in it?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
It's some sort of the water comes down and grows these crystals. Yeah, but here's that fault we saw earlier. Nice hanging wall, and then the vein structure is underneath that. And so in some mines, I don't know about this, but in some mines, the gouge of the fault is extremely rich.
Yeah, no, definitely here. Yeah, they would
Here
always
too?
always mind the gouge. Yeah.
Take the gouge, yeah.
Take the gouge. Yeah, absolutely.
And you might be having, the hanging wall here and the foot wall here, something, and this is your vein structure.
All pay. Yep.
Yeah.
Send all of it to the vein.
So that you're looking at your future work here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is going to be your project.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty well defined foot wall here. Some gouge on the foot wall, gouge in the hanging wall. The vein's all chewed up in here, so there's probably some. Once the vein was in place in this structure, it looks like there's been some movement post emplacement. So it's all ravelly and broken up, which is not uncommon. And sometimes you'll get multiple generations of emplacement. So the first generation comes in, maybe with or without gold. The fault moves, brecciates it all up, and then you get a second round of emplacement, and that can happen a bunch of different times. And sometimes you can get different minerals in place. So the gold will come in, and then later the sulfides will come in, or vice versa. So the geology of these underground workings can be really, really complicated just for the vein mineralogy, but then you add in faulting, offset faults, and pinching and swelling, and I mean, these old timers were, and they were blind. Every round was a new adventure, so they didn't know what they were going to get into or how they were going to work it, and so they just followed it along, and when it was good, they stoped it, and when it wasn't, they kept going, hoping it would develop into something, and when the money ran out or the war came or whatever, they stopped. It's really kind of that simple. I mean, you can talk about, the history of a lot of the mines out west, and that story right there can be applied to almost all of them. Yeah, the other thing you can see here, let's see if I can show it, is what's called slicken sides.
Yeah.
And I think if you maybe use your imagination, you can see some.
It looks like it was kind of slipping vertical, right?
Yeah, so you see some where the slicken sides are where the rocks rub against each other, they leave like scratch marks. And so here you can kind of see it looks like it was, all the movement was this way because they're going up and down
Oh
in
yeah.
this situation.
You remember Dale was talking about you can kind of run your fingers on it, feel kind of which way it was going. If you go against kind of the direction it was going, you kind of feel it was kind of grabbing, and then the other side, the way it was actually going, is smooth.
Yeah, here's some really good indicators of movement. Up and down. You kind of shine your light 90 degrees to it, and you can see the little shadow showing the direction.
That's cool.
But it's really, it's super soft. It's just clay at the gouge in this situation, or in this vein.
We get a lot of that in the desert.
Yeah.
There's an old shovel missing its handle.
Yeah, they were just hoping to find something back here.
Yeah, this is unbelievable amount of work.
Yeah, oh yeah. They were set for you guys.
I'm hoping all this stuff went through the mill just as they broke it.
Right, yeah, I mean, they probably did, yeah.
Oh, we have 90.
Got a 93.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it must have faulted.
Oh, yeah.
It must have faulted.
Okay, very
Yeah, so the slip's right there,
Yeah.
and then it picks up, and then it's behind this.
He's doing his work for you.
Wow, look at this. I don't know what that is.
That's a beautiful footwall.
Yeah.
And a beautiful hanging wall, too, actually.
Yeah, no, these guys are very talented.
What is that? Looks like some crystals or something.
Yeah, yeah, look
More
at
of
that
that.
growing off the surface. Yeah, Josh, I think you're looking at your future here.
Yeah, no, it's like a transfer to a crutch or something.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to put track back
I
there.
know, I don't know.
They must have just like stored some empty carts here.
Maybe, yeah. I know in today's mining we have stuff like this for when they're loading with the mucking machine,
Uh-huh.
so they can get get it switched off, and then the tram can come in and take it out.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they like leave the full ore carts here. They bring in an empty one and pull out the.
Yeah,
Yeah, I follow
exactly.
you.
Got an old light bulb.
Wow. Yeah, let's keep going.
So we reached the face of where they had ended this, and I think it's cool they have the rail ending right here, so you know this is where they're finishing up work. But they put the rails on the side like that on the heading they're working, and they'll bring the mucker in. They'll roll it onto these tracks on the side. They'll muck, and then once they get enough distance, they'll stand more track. This is the end of the working.
That's definitely the main.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out of here. Yeah, super fractured.
Yeah.
In our district, Jason, if we found stuff like this, there's a good chance it was pretty rich. When we
Okay.
start getting into the sugar quartz, like we took you to that one spot and there was sugar quartz, we were super excited about it, but it's not always this case. I'm gonna get this. This is an old jar. There's still something in it. I mean, not inclined to open it, but it probably is a water jar or something, you know.
Because the truss was up, well, a lot of that snow shed that was along that, on that perch, a lot of it was, caved.
Got wide.
Yeah.
You have some video footage of the mill running?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I love these old trucks. All right, we're done with this level. We're headed out. There's Jason for scale. Yeah. Thank you. Right, we're at the mill site. This is the old mill building. In that mine we were just in, that ore would come here, up at the top and then inside. We were at another site, and we're gonna go all the way up there. You can see a zigzag trail, switchback that leads to the top. There's some workings up there. We're going up the switchbacks. Are we halfway yet?
good?
Are we halfway yet? No. It's a good view though. There you go, the aerial tramway, yeah. I think that was supposed to shut down recently. All right, getting to the top here. Let's see what we can see.
It's been a year since it's run, or 2 years.
Yeah. Been a while.
You don't find one of these on top of every mountain, do you? I got some work to do.
All over the place.
I know.
What's all this ore doing?
There's a bunch of ore everywhere.
This is remote, right? This is the definition of remote. Well, we got unlucky. There was a moment there where we were kind of out of the clouds and now we're back in. But over here, we still got a decent view. Someone's been very busy with a hammer mill. That is a lot of spent hammers. We got more hammers. That's very productive.
Well used.
That's wild. That's a nub. So this table sat idle for about 1 season, as well as a hammer mill. And they're taking the water bars off, and there's a bunch of things that need to get put back together. So we're gonna try and get this crusher and table system put back together and try to get some ore run across it. So we'll check back in once we get some status.
Like any one of these rocks could
Yeah.
be just, loaded.
I'll show you where they're coming from. So I imagine a 20-foot lift width of quartz that came all the way this way around the corner.
Okay.
And so what I'm wanting to do now is strip the next 20 feet and bring it down over us right in here.
Uh-huh.
But before I did, I wanted to make sure I didn't have any little pieces missing, and I found some really good ones. I think it's really good stuff, so you don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
Will this be like that upper layer you were talking about, or is this kind of a stringer you were talking about?
This is about a 1 foot stringer.
Oh, so this isn't the main vein even.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'll show you the main vein around the corner here, but this has all the ear markings of some really good, like those, like
This stuff here.
Oh wow,
That's really
that's super rusty.
Oxidized. Yeah, look at all those areas where it could be hiding. Break that one.
Yeah. Anyways, this ought to be a pretty hot spot actually.
So when you find a little stringer like this, the way you tell if it's good is you just run it through the equipment.
Yeah.
You just test it.
Yeah, and if I you know, sometimes I'll just grab 10 or 20 and go up and cut them.
Yeah, you're talking about you brought a saw up here.
I got a saw up there, yeah.
Nice.
Let's go up there instead of walking all the way around. The really rich ones are usually, you see that? Those two right there.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll see them better over here. There's like the hanging wall of the vein, and there's a footwall. In this area, it's not making quartz the whole way yet, but it was right over here.
Oh, that's snow. That's snow. Sorry.
It's snowing in August.
It was snowing earlier.
Easy money in Alaska. Yeah. So this vein, like you're seeing, it's kind of dirty right now, but that's the top right there,
Uh-huh.
and the bottom's down underneath this.
Hanging wall, foot wall, somewhere here.
It's another 3 feet down.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and so that's the stuff in the middle right now. So this area back needs to be hand mined. This area, once I move all this crap, I had another 50 foot here. It's full thickness.
6 foot.
Yeah. So
again, footwall and hanging wall veins are pretty prevalent. The actual vein zone, like in this area, is really closer. If you really look close, here's the real top.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, quartz across there.
And when it's all cleaned up, you can see, you know, nice big huge vein going through here, depending on how much it's making. But you know, there's a footwall, middle, and top at least normally.
And you were saying the top and the middle are usually the really good ones.
Yeah, and the bottom is not as good. So stringers, this right up here is a stringer, and if you watch it, it comes back around over here, and you can see two of them going up around, and then one here, and then there's a third one way up at the top.
Okay.
Those carry the richest gold, the little offshoots from this. So the top of the vein's really good, and then these little stringers are usually really good.
And when you say rich, you're talking like 20 ounces a ton.
Like you'll see lots of gold in it.
Uh-huh.
So we can find some of these around the edge, and the problem is I need to slow down and mine them better.
Yeah. Get that gold.
Yeah.
Do you know how to slow down? I don't know if you know how to slow down.
I don't. But this is good rock. But this is
gold there.
This will be
yeah.
this will be nice right here. So this is kind of like, and it should be pretty dang good.
So right in here.
Yeah,
It's like a little stringer within the vein type of thing.
It's the hanging wall.
The hanging wall vein.
There's a footwall here, but
Look. Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, there's
No
like
kidding.
a little dot there,
Yeah.
a couple there, coming across.
I don't think it's coming across the camera, but it's there. That's awesome.
Yeah, even all, look at over here.
Oh, yeah, look at
at
that.
it all.
That's a good problem to have. Oh yeah, look at that. No joke.
Yeah, I want to pry that piece out of there.
Yeah. That would be a good slab to see kind of what the cross section looks like.
Yeah, can I rip it out of there? Let's see.
Yeah, let me get out of your way. Oh, look at butt.
I can get this.
Yeah, pry bar.
Yeah. Move for the next one. Yeah, it's just speckled all through there.
That's the stuff dreams are made of.
Yeah.
This up this good. But start picking.
And you're
Picking
looking
this
at the
stuff
top, like in these blue zones up here,
More. It'll be in the quartz.
in the white.
This is that rock that you want to look at the top.
Okay, yeah.
I need it full of. This is the rock.
There's a small piece.
I don't know what happened, but it,
So you get,
oh, here's some. That's pretty good.
he just keeps handing me gold ore.
That one's pretty good.
Wow. That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is some cool. And you will find wire gold.
Yeah.
Where it like stays together.
Yeah.
That one's just,
All right, we're looking for.
I got gold fever.
So I got bolts here, but let's go inside and see.
I got the water line put together on the table. Now we're setting up the hoses here, start feeding the system. We got the mill water. Now we gotta get the table water set up. Get the pumps back in. Off to the races.
It's just a lot of little stuff that has to happen. And then we'll get some gold. Kept them started running a little bit. Yeah.
So the water's lined up. Trying to get things set up as best we can. We had one of our pumps not work, which is fine. We'll have to run the water a little faster through the mill to make up for this water bar. A weak pump. And the material's cleaning right off the table. Yeah, this one seems hot. Yeah. I mean, we're talking like tiny little movement. Table quit. Oh, you did? That's a big load to start, right? Working the bugs out. We're troubleshooting. We'll get back to you. Gotta get rid of these pebbles. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me over the generator, but this is kind of the fun thing about being in remote locations. So our transportation needs a new tire here, and unfortunately we got the wrong size. So that's the first issue for transportation. The second issue we're having with the mill is there's a lot of stuff kind of squirting out of the sides onto the bearing, and bearings don't last long when you shove them full of sand and grit. So we're trying to take the top off, but the bolts have been untouched for over a season and they've kind of rusted in place, and we're not able to get any leverage cheater bar. So see if we can kind of grind them off and then reattack. So we're gonna regroup and try again. We'll go check in with these guys and see what they're gonna decide. We're walking up the horse trail right now and going to our little mine site. We have returned to this situation. Yeah, this is a good gold mine.
The same distance here and here, you'll have more water pressure down here and less up here. So the gold line will do this.
Uh-huh.